Welcome back to AgriTalk here at the National Ethanol Conference in Orlando, Florida. Kristy Moore joins us now, Vice President, Technical Services for the Renewable Fuels Association. All right, Kristy, the buzzword here is E15. It's so close now, isn't it?
It is so close that we're actually getting a little nervous. You know how when you've prepared and you've worked so hard for about 2.5 years, you know, the day that the E15 waiver was submitted, RFA went to work finding out how do you change the nation's fuel. And so it's taken us about 2.5 years. But we think now we can see it, we can get our arms around it, and we've just got a couple final federal steps, and then our work moves 100% and 100 mile an hour to the state level.
Of course, it can be approved, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll see it at the gas station. What has to happen to get it to our pumps?
Absolutely. It is. That's the burning question, isn't it? We have received from EPA probably the most complicated fuel approval in history. And so because the fuel approval is complicated, they didn't approve it for all engines and all vehicles. We have a segment of the vehicles, a significant segment, 85% of the vehicle miles traveled are the vehicles that can use E15. And you know, when you test a fuel and run it in cars for 12 million miles with not so much as a check engine light coming on, you know, we've got a great opportunity with this fuel, but we've got a couple of T's and to cross and a couple of I's to dot, and then our work 100% focused on training the retailers. Why do they want to offer? What are the benefits in E15? And for consumers, E15 is going to be a safe and fuel, economical. You know, it's going to be a great, when the top story on the news is high gas prices and we can introduce a new fuel with more ethanol, lower price, it's going to help those families.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out because we're all concerned right now about gas prices. How high will they go? We talk about how ethanol is actually helping keep those down. E15 will take another big step towards that. It could really help hold down gas prices.
Absolutely. We had I had a question come up in our conference yesterday when we were talking about, we had some retailers out there. One's ready to go. He's in Kansas. He does a phenomenal job with E85. He's got blender pumps at his locations. He's ready. He's waiting for, what are the federal, what are my regulatory requirements? And he's kind of looked at those, but as soon as he gets some education and he knows how to educate his consumers, he's going to put E15 at those stations and he's going to roll them out and start educating consumers. Then we had another retailer that was kind of on the fence. This is complicated. How do I do it? How do I train my customers? How do I label the octane? Kind of a wait and see. And that really tells us what we need to do to get these retailers and get these consumers ready to save money, cleaner fuel, and domestic homegrown energy. Support our ethanol plants in our states. And
unlike E85, which has mileage concerns and requires flex fuel vehicles, here with E15, even though it's complicated and all those things you just said, in many ways it's going to be simpler for the motorist when you take out the fact you don't have to have a special vehicle to use it. That's correct.
Model year 2001 and newer. We have got all kinds of ideas how to convey to the consumer, how do you know if E15's for me? And we're taking that to the street, and we're going to teach these consumers how to buy it, how to recognize the fuel economy. Ethanol does have a lower BTU value, and until we've got auto manufacturers harnessing ethanol's high octane, and optimizing for it, we've got to teach consumers how to do that and then recognize their cost savings at the pump.
It's going to be an educational process here.
Absolutely. But, our consumers are smart. They're savvy. We've just gone through some rough financial times. They are looking at their nickels and their dimes, and they know how to do it. We're going to teach them how to do it. And then E15 is going to be their fuel.
And hopefully soon, right?
Absolutely. We think states like Iowa, Illinois, Kansas, Minnesota, Ohio, we're going to take it to the streets in those states and really work with the state folks at the regulation level and then work with the consumers and retailers.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kristy.
Thank you.
All right. That is Kristy Moore, Vice President, Technical Services, Renewable Fuels Association. Be watching. Hopefully, E15 will be available at a gas station near you very, very soon. Thanks for joining us for the first half of AgriTalk. Stay with us. We have much more to come. We're going to take a look at some of the new engine testing, looking at air quality and how ethanol plays a part in that moving forward. And we're going to talk more about cellulosic ethanol. So much more to come. Stay tuned. It's halftime on AgriTalk.